Creflo made it right, bro.
I think I'm losing time with you stuck in my mind. I smoke weed to unwind, cause my thoughts got me confined. Don't mean to be unkind, but I'm stingy about my time. Real love is hard to find, so they tend to be surprised. The main river for the sunrise, trying to take it on the beach until the sunshine. Wanna remain having butterflies, because love is easy, should make me.
I was pregnant the entire time I was on the show. Like on my head. Like she's about to start spitting on my head. Send a nude photo, picture together, and that was like in 2018. And the reason I really auditioned was because I was like just going through it with my nigga. So yeah, so like it was just like an awkward time. Like we were just kind of like not like getting into it, but more like figuring our relationship out. So I just felt like it was a good time to kind of like travel and stuff. Like we weren't really doing much with our music and stuff. Like it was kind of like a downtime. I had like everything kind of lined up. All of our businesses and stuff was like doing good. So I felt like it was a good time for me to travel. So I applied for like a lot of different reality shows at the time. I applied for Love Island. I applied for freaking The Circle. I applied for everything. So the casting process for BGC was like, so first like he posted it and he was just like send a video. So I had to send a video, whatever, like, oh, why you should be casted, what's your zodiac sign, what's your age, yada yada. And then after you got that like initial video, and if he posted you on the page, then you had to like send like another video or something. Oh, like send your OnlyFans link or something. Like it was something weird. And then after that, like I didn't have like OnlyFans or anything. So like I just kind of got posted on the page and it was kind of just that. And then he ended up posting like, oh, like that the girls are moving in a couple of days. And then like, but he posted on his main page and I like slid up. And then he was like, oh, we didn't forget about you. And then he told me like, oh, if you're here by this date, like we'll put you on the show, which was like May 2nd. And but crazy thing is like originally like I wasn't casted. Like I made it to the page or whatever, but I never made it on the show. Like they had asked me like send a nude photo, and then I was just like are you comfortable being nude, and asked me to send a nude picture. And I was just like, yeah, like I'm comfortable being nude, but like why am I gonna send you a picture? And then like they're like, oh, we have a nude photo shoot, so we want to make sure that you're comfortable being nude. I said I have no problem being nude, and I left it at that. But after that I never heard nothing back. So then yeah, so they made me pay for my own ticket to get to the show, because I'm guessing one of the other girls probably didn't make their flight or something. Did I know Blue before the show, and how long? So actually I met Blue here in Arizona probably like, I think it was 2018. And it was at a pool party here in Arizona. We used to have lots of pool parties at the time. It was at BLK Live, and Bugsy was DJing and Blue was there. And Bug like seen me and my friends, and he was like, oh, like come up on the stage. And then so me and my friends like and my cousin like had went up there, and Blue was up there, and then like we like took a picture together, and that was like in 2018. And then they ended up having an after party. So I went to the after party and then like met Blue there. We like chopped it up, you know, we was like cool, whatever, yada yada. And then he was like every other time like he would come out here, like I would just go to the parties. And so I kind of just knew him like out and about. But his energy from like being here outside in Arizona and his energy inside the house was just like two totally different people. People ask me if I know him. Like I feel like we cool, but like we aren't like super close. Like when I see him, like we talk yada yada, like we cool, and that's just like the extent of it. But like in the house, I feel like we were closer because obviously like we're together like more every day. But like we weren't like we ain't like that's my brother. But honestly, like I really do appreciate him and everything that he like offered, like by even letting us be there. Like that's my friend. I say that's my friend. Okay, so it's crazy because day one I felt like we was all cool. Like when I got off the plane, we had to take a shuttle to the Hilton. So I got off the plane, I took my shuttle to the Hilton, and the girls were already there. Like there was like 4 girls already there. Like Draco was there, Alyssa was there, what her name is, like Charlotte, Mercedes was there, what's her nickname? I forget all their nicknames. Oh, Houston. Who else was there? Rocio was there. And who else? I think that was like it. I think it was just them four. Oh, and Sky was there. And they had already like damn near fought a fucking homeless lady before I even pulled up. Like, so yeah, so I pulled up and they were already there waiting, and I had some weed in my suitcase, and we was waiting for them, like the party bus to pick us up. So I like grabbed the weed out of my suitcase. I went into the Hilton bathroom. I rolled that shit up, and I came outside, and we were just smoking and waiting on the bus. And then like when the bus got there, that's when like Leo or Santana got there. Then Imara got there, Mariah got there, and then we had picked up Savvy like on the way somewhere. Like we had picked her up, and I was saying like day one it was cool as fuck, because I think we were all like, when they pulled up on the bus, like they was passing out shots, and I was already drunk from drinking on the airplane. So like day one, like we were all like close as fuck, and we were all cool as fuck. But like after we sat down, which I don't remember this conversation, but we sat down and Blue had gave us like a speech, and then in his speech he said none of these girls are your friends. And like when he said that, it was just like, now all of a sudden it was just like motherfuckers was acting hella weird after that statement. And like everybody was acting like it was like World War III and that bitch, like they had to beef with somebody. But I feel like that was just like a tactic, you know what I mean? Like making people feel like you have to beef by saying none of these bitches is your friends. But honestly, I feel like they were all my friends, and they just would try to act like they didn't want to be my friend. Okay, so honestly, the person that I was closest with in the house was Draco. And then after being Draco for a while, and then she kind of flipped on me, it became Imara, which is Zilla. And me and Zilla were close as fuck. Like after Draco like flipped and like left my room and stuff like that, like Imara, she just like literally stayed. She was like, because she was gonna come to my room, but she just stayed over there because she was like, I'm gonna just see like how it go over there, like, because I didn't want to be out the loop. Like if I'm in my room, because once Draco left out my room, I was in there by myself. So I'm like, I can't be in this room by myself and have everybody else outside this room, you feel me? Because then I'm the odd one out. So I told Imara, I said, stay in there. She was in the big room with all the girls, and I'm like, just stay in there and watch for me, because them bitches is obviously up to something. These motherfuckers was running through my window, dropping my shit, destroying my $400 purse and some more shit, just trying to listen to my confessionals. Thought I didn't know type shit. The second I go in the house, Imara's like, I already knew something was up because my shit was fucked up. Like when I went in my room, my fucking purse is on the ground, like shit's in it, everything. And then Imara was like, yeah, motherfuckers was up in there, blah, blah, blah. Like, was listening to the confessional. And motherfuckers is crazy because they thought like she was cool with them, but she don't come back and tell me everything. Like it was crazy as fuck. Motherfuckers really thought they had the drop. Girl, and that's what I'm saying, is honestly I have no idea. Like me and her was cool as fuck. Like first day one, day two, we was like kicking it. Like me and her, we was like, that was motherfucker. We'd go in our room like, oh my god, did you know blah blah, like putting our stories together type shit. Like we was definitely on that. Like me and her, we was smoking together, everything. Like that was my bitch, like because we shared the same room, so we was close. And then it was just like all of a sudden she just like started having like this animosity towards me, and I don't know where it came from, because motherfuckers always say, oh, you think you're better than us. Like bitch, that's not the case. Like, oh, you're trying to make us look bad. Like how am I making you look bad by being me? That shit was not adding up, and it wasn't making no sense. And then she fucking got mad at me for bringing the food outside to feed them while they were in the pool. And two, she got mad at me because I didn't give her a popsicle, I guess. I have no idea. What happened? It's all right.
Overheated. It's shutting down.
Oh my god. So yeah, the fight with Draco was honestly like pointless. And I just honestly felt like she flipped on me like just to have something to do. Cause like we shared a room together. Like day one we was solid. Me and her like kind of just got close, and then it kind of just seemed like she started having animosity towards me, like about little shit. Like Draco's like, she lives by herself, like with her cats, so she's normally used to being alone, so I'm cool with that, no problem. And then me, like I'm used to living in a house with lots of people, lots of women. Like it's not a different, like that's not different for me, like moving out there. So for me is I have no problem doing for you. Like you don't gotta do for me to do for you. I'm gonna do for you regardless. But for them, it kind of make them feel like, oh, like she's only doing it because she wants some, like I wanted something in return. Like no bitch, I'm gonna clean up our room because I wanted to be clean. I'm not asking you to do nothing. You feel me? Like when she even got her bed, like we used to have to make our beds every day. She was the person that she said, like, I don't really be making my bed and shit. Girl, no motherfucking problem. When I wake up and make my bed, I can make your bed too. It's not a fucking issue. Girl, we just in this house for fucking hours doing motherfucking nothing. Like I felt like I was cleaning most of my day because it was nothing else to do. Like I'm not just gonna sit here and just fucking drink. And the only reason I wasn't hella drunk or nothing either was because motherfuckers will flip. Like when they get drunk, they started acting crazy. So it was just like that plus like, I don't know, like animosity. Like it was weird. It was just crazy weird. The popsicle situation, like dumbass shit. And then finally, like she was just drunk and we were going out and we were on the bus. And at this point, I was just kind of like it was like I was going through a lot. And I finally had got my phone back, and like I got my phone and I just seen like my brother was in the hospital. And he had called me and he was just like, bro, like I've been trying to get a hold of you. Like we haven't went out in like 2 days. So like he's like, I've been trying to get a hold of you, like, and you out there, blah, blah, blah. Like I've been in the hospital for 3 days, yada, yada. And funny thing is I asked Bo like 2 days before, I'm like, can I use a phone like to call my mom so like she could have, like in case of emergency, like she could let me know something. But he was like, no, like you can't have your phone, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, whatever. So we were in the fucking Sprinter going to Eve, and I was like, bro, like my brother's in the hospital, my mom's like still fighting cancer right now, like I'm really just not in the mood for nothing. Then they fucking get on their phones and see that I'm like the fan favorite, and she's like mad about it. She fucking went, like even before we left, like she was already on bullshit. Like before we even left, like Blue had came home and he was like, oh, y'all boring. So she came upstairs into my room and was like, oh, Blue said we're boring. Like basically I came here to fuck with you. She like kicked over my trash can and I just like pick it up and I'm like, I go downstairs, I get a board game and I'm like, since you're bored, like here's something for you to do, because don't just come up there and fucking with me. Like it was weird. So motherfuckers, everybody's already ready to go and everything. So I come downstairs in my fit. She goes upstairs and puts on the exact same shoes as me. That's cool, no problem. So we get on the bus and everything. She's trying to show me that we got the same shoes, like putting her foot up on the fucking roof and shit, like just doing hella extra shit. Like, and I made that announcement, like my mom's fighting cancer right now, my brother's in the hospital, like I'm not in the mood. Next thing you know, seen the fan favorite shit. She's like, that bitch is a fan favorite for what, yada yada, like just hating on me, just talking hella hating shit into the camera, like for no reason. And I'm like, crazy a bitch that don't like me, but you'll go and change your outfit to match mine. I'm not supposed to be talking about this bitch.
Let's try this again.
All right, I already know where I started from. All right. So yeah, basically, it was just like we were on the bus and she obviously didn't hear what I said about I'm not being in the mood. And so she like says some hating ass shit and I'm like, it's crazy how you don't like me, but you literally went and put on the same outfit as me. Like trying to be twinsies with the kicks. Like it's cause everybody was ready. I got ready, came down the stairs. She seen my outfit, went back upstairs and changed. Like there's no justification for that, but hey, no problem. But just don't sit here and talk shit about me. Like you're trying to talk shit. Like she's been provoking me all day, like hitting over my trash can, just trying to get a reaction out of me. You're not gonna get that. So she comes over and she's like in my face. I told you, I literally just hung up. Like my mom even heard the conversation of us getting into it because I was on the phone with my brother. He cussed me out about not being home and him being in the hospital. I tried to call my mom right after that. But as I'm trying to call my mom, she's coming at me. Like, I'm literally trying to check on my mom. She's coming over the thing and she's like talking shit, blah, 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 blah. Like, whatever the fuck. You know, people be drunk, so I don't even know what she was saying. That's why I stopped drinking though, because I had to be completely sober to even be able to handle all this shit. Because they were just tweaking off the handle for no reason. While she's talking shit, she spit in my face. So she's over the seat and I'm sitting down and she spit and I'm like, bro, like, I gave it to her the first time. I'm like, bro, you spit in my face. She was like, basically like, I'll do it again or some shit, and like on my head. Like bitch she's about to start spitting on my head. So I try to go up and grab her and she like throws a punch. So I just like lean back and I just pick my foot up and I just start yamming her in her shit, just like yeah, like just start kicking her in her shit, like my foot, yeah, like getting her the fuck off of me. And Blue's sitting like right in the seat in front of me. So then he like grabs her, like literally I start kicking her dead in her fucking face, and he grabs her and pulls it off of me. My mom like hears the fucking shuffle on the phone and shit. I pick up the phone and I'm like, yeah, these motherfuckers got me fucked up. Like, no, like not, especially the bitch that I was closest with. Like, you just flip on me for boredom. No, you're a weirdo. And the shit was weird too, because when the cameras was off, there was no motherfucking nothing. The second, not even that the cameras was off, when Blue was not home, there was nothing. The second he walked in the door, motherfuckers was on that. Like, I did not sleep or nothing. Like, I didn't sleep. The only time I would ever sleep or take a nap was when he got there, because then that's when they were distracted. Like, before then, motherfuckers was just sitting there just like fucking zombies, not trying to do shit. The second he got there, motherfuckers want to drink, motherfuckers want to do this, do that. Like, just try to be like very much, it was giving very much pick me vibes, you know?
Okay. So how long were you in the house and why you left?
Girl, 6 days. 6 days, and it felt like forever. It felt like forever. And the reason I left, it was just so much like leading up to it. Like, the first day, did I press record? Because record on the top? Okay. So, yeah, so the reason that I left was because it was just like a lot of things going on. Like, the first day they had me sign a freaking NDA while I was drunk. Like, I drank all night leading up to me even getting on the plane to fly out there. When I got there, they got on the party bus with fucking bottles. Okay, so yeah. So the reason I left was because, like, yeah, it was like a lot leading up to it. So day one, I was drunk even when I got there onto the party bus. They pulled up with fucking alcohol, and that was it. Then they took us to Walmart and literally wouldn't buy us nothing but hygiene products, but what they consider hygiene products. So you can get one towel, one soap, one toothbrush. Like, you couldn't even really get nothing. And I didn't bring my card. I only brought like a little bit of cash, and then I was just like having my money just sent to me, you know what I mean? Because I was just like, I'm not gonna sit here and have my debit card or have a whole bunch of money on me like while I'm living in this house with these girls. So like, he was like, oh well, you could pay for it yourself. Like, I asked for a water bottle, like a, you feel me? And they told me I couldn't have that. Like, oh, if you want that, you have to buy it yourself. For one, I'm already drunk. For two, my shit is on the fucking party bus, so I have to walk all the way out the store, go get my shit, come back. And it was just like ridiculous. Like, it was like motherfuckers was on a budget just to, like, no, it was ridiculous. Motherfuckers couldn't get shit. All you can get literally some soap to wash your ass. And then on top of that, it was just like bitches was just acting like they just wanted to drink and fight. Motherfuckers was fighting over fucking toilet paper in that hole. And just the energy for me was just not it. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers, I didn't come for that. Like, I came to promote my music and that's it. And then, like I'm saying, day two, we went to designer's birthday party. Motherfuckers tried to leave me and say like, oh, like, if the bus leaves, then you get left. But when we be at the house and bitches don't be ready and I'm the only one on the bus and there's only 3 or 4 of us on the bus, then bitches ain't getting left. But when we out and about and I'm the only one left inside, the bus drove the fuck off. Tiny just so happened to fucking like, yeah, Tiny's my nigga Tiny. Fucking like is the one who called me off the stage and like helped me like basically like get back on the bus. Cause I was on stage performing, you know, my nigga DJ Sky High baby motherfucking played my shit in that bitch 3 motherfucking times. At designer's birthday, played that shit. I was on stage performing. I'm literally letting everybody know that I'm about to go on the stage to perform. And then I'm throwing like $500 in that hole, like throwing that shit like turned up. Motherfuckers is walking out like while I'm performing on stage. Motherfuckers is walking out the door. Tiny's like, come on, like trying to get me off the stage, but I'm still performing. I'm not knowing what's going on. Tiny literally like grabbed me like, bro, let's go. We walk outside. The bus is driving the fuck off. This is day 2. Like, that shit's. And then just so happened the security guard at the door like flashed the light, and the girl who drove the party bus, she actually fucked with me, so she actually stopped. And I was like, damn. So I got on the bus and I was just pissed. I'm like, damn, y'all motherfuckers was ready to leave me. Motherfuckers like, oh, you gotta know the lesson. Like, oh, when we say let's go, it's time to go. But why when you say let's go at the house, motherfuckers ain't leaving bitches at the crib though? And honestly, another reason why I left, I forgot to say this. So like things leading up to why I left, like them for one forcing me to sign the NDA while I was drunk. 2, the girls being weird. 3, the fact that, I mean, we're in a mansion with a rapper. Like, why are you complaining? Like, for one, it's not a mansion. And it's not even that. For one, it's not even the fact that it's not a mansion. It's the fact that it's dirty as fuck. And when I asked y'all to help me clean it, nobody wants to clean. For two, like, they would go to bed and leave like the fucking spaghetti plates out and all this shit. Like, it was just too many things. It's just too many things. I can't even name them all. Like, it was crazy as fuck. It was just too many double standards. The best part was definitely being able to perform my music. But that was honestly the best part. The worst part was just bitches just being hella fake. Like, just the fake love, the fake energy. Like, all that shit was hella weird. Like, and then it was just like, I don't know. Like, the staff for me was just not it. Like, Blue would say one thing and then the staff would say something different. So I was just like going back and forth. The only person I trusted was Blue. Like him, I feel like he's solid. He cool as fuck. Like, he ain't gonna ever put you in no situation. But not knowing, like, his team is a whole different motherfucking story. Like, his team is like doing certain things that he's saying not to do and they're doing it anyway. Like, he was like, oh, don't bring them back to the house, and they'll bring us back to the house to go do something. Like, oh, I was looking out for y'all. Like, he told you specifically not to do it and you're gonna do it anyway. Like, if he can't trust you, I don't trust you at all. That's how I felt. Like, it was crazy. Girl, noodles. We ate noodles. What did we eat? We ate motherfucking noodles. Yeah, that's what we ate. Bo, he would cook us a meal probably like for breakfast and lunch, but sometimes by the time I got there, that shit was gone. So I would be like probably cleaning, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was always cleaning. And then, like, it was just like shit you could make. Like, I don't know, it was noodles for real. Okay, so we only ever got our phones when we went out. Like, when we went out and like would go places is when we got our phones. So if we stayed the entire day in the house, we did not have our phones. There was some days, it was like 2 days we would stay in the house and we didn't have our phones. So, like, honestly, TY kind of kept it to where we went out probably like almost every day, if not every other day. But yeah, we could not have our phones in the house. We could only have our phones when we were outside. So when I was there, I met Designer. I met Designer first. The whole time I didn't know Designer lived next door. And then I met Dan Rue. And I met, well, DDG. I met DDG before though, but DDG was there. And I think that was it for the most part, yeah. Okay, so I never met Chrisean. I never met her while we were filming, after we were filming, before we were filming. I never met her at all. Their relationship, honestly, I feel like he really, like, I'm saying it, not knowing if they were together or not, the way that he interacted with the girls in the house, like, it could have seemed like he was in a relationship. The way he could, just by the way he interacted with us, because he never like overstepped those boundaries of just like being a mentor. So like, I'm not saying like, I don't know if they were together or not, like who he was with at the time of us filming, but for the days that I was there, he was very respectful to how he even dealt with the women in the house. Like, he wasn't like dealing with us, for sure. And I feel like some of the girls felt that. Honestly, like with Chrisean, I feel like she just, like, when you're in love, like, it's like nothing that you won't do, especially for somebody who provides for you. I feel like that's a big thing, you know what I mean? So honestly, for their relationship, I feel like if they both kind of release like the ego aspect and really like just kind of like release like all the pain and stuff they dealt with in the past, I feel like they would actually be a good couple. Baby daddy's calling. Hey, you ready? Okay, I'm almost done.
So.
I'm pregnant. That's what I've been doing. But you can't even tell because I kind of have this outfit on, but I don't know. Can you tell? Not with this outfit. But yes, I'm pregnant, and I've literally been pregnant. I was pregnant the entire time I was on the show. I didn't even know that. The thing is, I stopped drinking day one, but not even knowing that the dude I was dealing with literally got me pregnant the day before I left. Like, you know, when you're leaving and, you know, you're about to be out of town, he thought I was about to be gone for 21 days. So he was like trying to put it down, and yeah, got me pregnant. And the whole time I fucking found out, I knew I was pregnant the day I went out with TY and Blue on Memorial Day. Like, me and TY were out at the club, and I started fucking throwing up in the trash can. And I don't ever throw up. For one, I don't throw up in front of people, and for two, like, I don't be throwing up off liquor, period. And at that point I had like 2 shots, but I just was not feeling good. I started throwing up. He got me something to eat, and I had this bomb ass fucking pre-roll that I got from there, and then I was cool. But when I got home, like, that's when I knew I was fucking done. Like, I knew I was pregnant.